Yeah, I just wanted to make an update. Um, just get something off my chest. Um, have my notes right here, but wondering how I should start this off. Or I'll just start by saying most of the time I don't think about being enlightened. Most of the time I feel like I'm just like everyone else. Sometimes feel so normal that I wonder if my enlightenment was just a fluke. And if I ever do decide that it was a fluke, I will announce that. As of right now, I've decided that there are two states for me. The state that I am in most of the time is my normal self, and the other state is my enlightened self. When I'm being my normal self, I'm spending time with my thoughts, feelings, and values. One value that I have is give me liberty, or give me death. I know that was a quote by someone else. I just looked him up. Forgot his name, um, but I'm glad he existed. So yeah, give me liberty or give me death. That's the value that I have as my normal self. Um, and when I'm being my enlightened self, I realize that whether or not I did or didn't have that value, it would be okay. No matter what thoughts, feelings, or values, no matter what they were, they would all be okay. I would also add that my realization of enlightenment is constant in either a passive or active way. What I mean by that is when I'm being my normal self, I'm in my passive realization of enlightenment. When I'm being my enlightened self, I'm in my active realization of enlightenment. So the first time this realization became constant, as I mentioned in one of my older videos, um, well, I digress. Um, but the first time the realization became constant, it was a feeling that stood out. So I really felt this. Um, it wasn't the normal feelings that I had. It wasn't the normal sensation that I had. Now over time, the feeling doesn't really stand out that much. It's kind of jaded a little bit. Um, but I still know the realization is constant because I do this thing when I attempt to state myself it's okay, but before I finish the statement, it it becomes the statement becomes it's already okay. And that's how I know that the the realization is constant in a passive way. Something also that I wanted to add out, something I wanted to get off my chest was I think one of the biggest parts of being a man is the willingness to be vulnerable. So I will say that while I'm so called enlightened, I'm also very flawed. And don't forget, I am, of course, self proclaiming enlightenment. So some might disagree, some might even think I'm crazy or something like that. They might even say like things that might come off clever. They might even have like um, it might give them some jokes or something like that they might want to use on me or regarding me. But to be honest, I am somewhat affected by what people think of me. Um, while it's not a big if it's not while it's not a big deal if people criticize me, it might still be displeasing, and that displeasure is painful to my normal self. And of course, it's wonderful to my enlightenment self, like everything else is. Um, my normal self is pretty big about minimizing how affected one is to external forces. And I'm slowly but surely getting stronger in that regard. And that's pretty much all I have to talk about. So I guess 5 minutes isn't so bad. Thanks for viewing, and I'll see you around for the next.